Hello, you. Oh,
Oh, it's a piece of paper, Senator. It's just a piece of wrapper.
Absolutely.
The audio's on this
no.
time. I see it.
No, she didn't.
It's on.
Hey,
It's on.
you got it.
We're all in one place.
Did you drop it?
So I really fucked this up the first time. This is take two.
Take two. Woo!
It would not be this fucking podcast if I didn't fuck up the fucking audio.
Take two.
Take two.
What are we? What do we say that we Book of Boba.
Team No Sleep.
Team No Sleep.
It is.
There's merch. Apparently, there's merch.
Yeah,
It is
there is. There is gonna be merch.
Something in the fucking morning. We're all here. We're waiting for fucking Book of Boba premiere. The last time I did Team No Sleep was the Mando finale.
Which is never done
show would exist.
Team No Sleep.
I have never not done Team No Sleep.
Well,
You cheat.
You just don't.
Except for
sleep.
Hawkeye. Well, that's why I'm Team No Sleep. I'm the captain of Team No Sleep. Me and James.
You get paid
It's
not
just
to
us.
sleep.
I'm like, who am I going to message to talk about this? James is awake. Message James. Team No Sleep.
I might end up being Team No Sleep for this whole fucking show because
I certainly will.
I can fucking do that right now.
I
Hooray!
don't have it in
I'm
me.
kind of jealous.
It has its benefits and it has its downsides.
No, it still
Sure,
sucks.
pros and cons.
It still sucks that Disney's releasing their shows at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
on
'cause
fucking
you know
Wednesdays.
What? Fucking
Tuesdays,
Amazon
whatever.
Can release
Wednesdays.
Wheel of Time at fucking 7 p.m. on a fucking Thursday.
It doesn't make sense.
No, Disney fucking.
I'm still mad at the fandom that we haven't banded together to make this change.
Listen, the ending of Game of Thrones was terrible.
But at least we got to watch it together.
That's true. We did.
Let's just all
The
agree
world!
that the 8 p.m. Sunday time slot
Was the best time
great.
slot. 100%. Except for
9.
when HBO
9
streaming
p.m.
would fucking
Yeah, 9.
crash, which happened occasionally.
I mean, that's because everyone was trying to watch it.
That's right.
But
Seems like a good problem to have.
It is a good problem.
9 p.m. Sundays, kids are already asleep. You're just like, all right, let's watch this show. There could be titties.
I don't know. Did any of you guys have the experience of watching Game of Thrones when you were like 16 with like your mom and her boyfriend, and you just had to just be like, those are boobs.
I definitely watched an episode
You're like,
of Game of Thrones
oh,
with you and your mom,
cool.
and there were just boobs everywhere. And
Like,
I'm
oh,
just
good.
like,
There's an orgy
You
happening.
were 16?
Sorry.
Dude, I'm fucking.
I was like 3 seasons late, so I got to binge the first 3 seasons, and that was fucking great. Not having to wait.
Littlefinger's speech to the hookers is in those 3 seasons.
Yeah, that was the
think
one.
that
That's
was
the one
I think that was the
where he's
scene
like
that
training them on what to do in the brothel, and it's like,
I think that was the scene that we were all watching together, and I'm just here, just going.
yeah, it's
Are we? Oh nope, they're still.
it's
fucking
like
in the
full on
background
softcore
over there.
porn.
Yeah, no. I think the only things I would watch with my parents are Marvel and Star Wars, because that's safe.
Yeah, no, I feel for you.
I saw The Wolf of Wall Street with my mom sitting 2 seats away from me.
Oh my gosh! He snorts the cocaine off her ass.
Yikes.
Ooh.
I didn't make that choice. That was not my movie choice.
Was that on Christmas Day?
It was on Christmas Day.
That is definitely a Christmas Day movie
That's
right
even
there.
better.
Aunt Jerry paid for it.
The White Christmas, if nothing else.
It was
It's incredible.
like my mom, Aunt
You were
Jerry,
dreaming of a white Christmas.
Uncle Mike. They paid for Chris to go.
Incredible.
Wow.
All right.
So what else we talked
Oh,
about?
all right.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. We gotta go back to Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Spidey Boba. Hawkeye.
All right, hold on. Ready? Hawkeye. We're all fucking right.
We're right.
We're right. Kingpin. Hooray.
It's hard to be wrong when you read the leaks.
Yay. Okay. Yeah, no, it's hard to be wrong when you read the fucking leaks.
I feel
don't
like we
read
should be
leaks
more excited
usually.
about being right, but it's like, cool.
I knew he was going to be in it in July.
Are you guys gonna shit on Hawkeye now instead of me? That'd be.
No,
I'm done shitting on Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was just
It
okay.
was good.
It was okay.
I mean,
It was okay.
there are a lot
The
of...
last episode was actually really
It was,
enjoyable.
the last two for me are what made this show for me.
Just
I
give
love
me,
Yelena.
just give me Kate Bishop and Yelena
yeah,
together.
just give me
That's
a
all I
Yelena Kate
want.
like buddy cop show, and I'm all about it.
She is probably one of my new favorite Marvel characters of all time.
They can cross paths with Darcy and what's his name, who are going to be Scully and Mulder,
Oh.
and that boom, done.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
It's like Marvel CSI.
Now, that'd be some shit. That'd be a lot of strange humor all in one place.
It would be great.
I'm good with that. Let that fucking happen. So,
It's working. Just
I
checking.
checked
Just
it.
making sure.
Okay, it's working this time. I know.
It's working.
I'm old,
We're good.
and I trained myself to press a certain button, which works on one of our settings, but not when we're all together. So it was anyway. Yolena's awesome.
To Jared's pie.
The Jared's pie. Now I can
Cool.
drink it.
You're
now.
drinking beer?
I'm still drinking my beer, but yeah.
Cheers.
I brought you a cup for when you want some pie.
Boba pie.
Bye.
Thanks, Jared.
When the show starts, I don't know you, Jared, but thank you, because that's probably gonna be really. This is what it is.
He might come down.
It's the
He
jam.
and his wife might
Can you
come
see
down to go to Run Fair. So
Sweet, we definitely need to do that.
yeah,
if
he might
COVID
get to
doesn't
meet him.
shut that shit down.
why would
Ah,
you say that?
Sorry.
She's speaking it into existence. She
I'm
spoke.
not.
She
is like-
spoke the Heat game getting canceled today into
Nick
existence.
the other day was
I
like,
know.
I'm gonna be devastated if Mando Midnight Weekend gets canceled, and I'm just like, why would
Don't
you
say that
that?
shit.
Stacy, if it gets canceled, you personally have to apologize to my nephew.
I'm pulling a very MJ thing here where I'm like, if I'm just set up for disappointment, I won't be disappointed.
Nothing's getting canceled for COVID anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
Probably
We
not.
gave
It's
up.
gonna all fucking blow through.
Ron DeSantis will step over our
If he
corpses
dies,
in the
he
streets before he
dies.
lets anything canceled.
By the way, if you didn't know, we're
Entire
all in fucking Florida.
country
We're in
is in-
fucking Florida.
Is Ivan Drago at this
We're
point?
in Florida. We're teachers in Florida, so
Only if I die.
it's bad, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hawkeye.
so Hawkeye was fucking
Hawkeye.
good. I'm really excited that Kingpin is back, and Vincent D'Onofrio confirmed that it is a exact Kingpin.
Same Kingpin.
From
yes,
Daredevil.
from Netflix.
Actually, I heard an interesting theory the other day, and I don't necessarily buy it, but they're saying, what if all the Netflix shows took place during the blip? I know, I said blip. I'm sorry.
No,
You don't think it could fucking happen?
I don't think it makes sense for them to have taken place at that
All
point.
they said was this was New York post the incident. That is the only reference they made.
I'm pretty sure the incident is what just happened in Spider-Man.
So wait, you're saying all the Netflix shows would have happened after Spider-Man?
Wait,
No.
so
They're saying like all those Netflix shows might have been what happened during the blip. During that 5
Could have taken
years.
place during the blip.
I feel like they have to have taken place earlier than that.
But after the Chitauri in the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
I
original
would say
intention.
that, but before Civil War.
I think that was the original intention, but it was left so vague that they could almost...
They can shoehorn it in if they
They
really
could.
want to.
Because they could say, how was
There was
everybody...
never the intent to do that, but they totally could
Because
do it.
why
now
would
if
all
they
these
want
guys
to.
exist and be doing this stuff? Because there's no other heroes around doing anything. But
I'll
I
take
don't
it.
know.
I'm fine with it.
It seems like New York was too lively for that to have been the case. Because when you see post-blip New York in the
It's
Endgame, it
empty.
seems very empty, right? So I don't know. It was an interesting theory.
No, I'm good with it. If that's what they want to do, that's fine.
They can shoehorn it in there.
Bring Jessica Jones back.
Yes.
But if you do that, also find a way to resurrect Purple Man, because
Bro,
personally,
he
I
was a
just
great
need to
villain,
hear-
and also a creepy ass villain.
I need David Tennant to yell Jessica more.
I need David Tennant and Benedict Cumberbatch in something together. Doctor Strange versus him. Somehow.
Doctor Strange versus the Doctor.
Yes, a voice off.
That
It-
first season
it'd
of
be
Jessica Jones is my favorite
It
of
was.
those Netflix shows.
I also love Luke fucking Cage. I would love to
I
have
think
him
I
back.
only watched season 1 of
Correct.
Luke
See,
Cage.
it was the best one. But
Well,
also,
Yeah.
let's not bring back.
Once Cottonmouth
Iron
dies, it
Fist.
sucks. So.
Yeah,
I
But
like
Colleen Wing,
I liked
yes.
Iron Fist. I
Iron
can
Fist,
acknowledge
no.
the problems with it,
Yeah.
but like, I enjoyed it.
I like Colleen Wing.
But
I never watched the team up show.
The
Defenders was pretty good.
I
It
never
could have
watched
been
it.
better.
It could have been better. You
I
get
like the character interactions. There's just not.
Electric Nachos shows up.
what?
What?
Electra Nachos.
Yeah, Electric
That's her-
Nachos.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, so we went way sidetracked. We don't have a shit ton of time, so we gotta be a little mindful if we go on side tangents because we have a 3 a.m.
Side
deadline.
tangents.
What? Us?
Never.
Can we put up the "We Were Right" thing for Spider-Man as well?
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
what's
are we
Spider-Man?
getting into Spider-Man?
Are we done with Hawkeye already?
We're done with Hawkeye.
There's not much talk.
It was
Hawkeye,
fine.
It happened.
Yelena was
happened.
cool.
Yelena and
He wound up
Kate.
in a tree at one point. There was an owl.
Oh my god, that was the fucking owl from that got caught in the tree in real life.
Mhm.
Like, I love that. My husband was like, "What the fuck is this owl?" I'm like, "You don't remember the thing from a couple years ago when there was a fucking owl in the tree?" He's like, "No." I'm like,
I
God,
remembered that.
I fucking remember. It was the best owl. All right, Spider-Man. Wait,
We told y'all.
there. We're right.
We identified that from a shot of his wrist in the trailer.
I'm a very good
Murdoch
lawyer.
Returns. That's right. In all the
Told
Spider-Man.
And
ya.
just
Every
and
Spider-Man.
like the perfect amount of him. You know, it was just,
Having him show up in the
Yes.
suit or something would have been too much.
Right. No, this was perfect. I agree.
just I'm a very good lawyer. That's good.
That was a very. It was a very good line.
I was wrong about Doctor Strange. Amazingly,
Wait. Wrong.
Oh, wrong. I was wrong. There was no Skrull Strange. Even though I still think that would have been fucking hilarious.
They did mention that Nick Fury
Was
wasn't
off
on
planet.
the planet, and Peter Parker's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, he was so confused. He's like, "No, he wasn't."
Which is great for another reason, but we can circle back to that. But they don't bring Kingpin and Matt Murdock back in the fucking MCU just for them to be off on their own. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle back to Hawkeye real fast just to say, like, it felt like they left a lot of shit kind of off and silly, but they announced an Echo show, who's cool, that's Maya, and I think they saved a lot of that shit for her show. So I think that's where we're gonna see Matt Murdock pop back up. We're gonna see Kingpin again, for her show.
Oh yeah.
So.
While we're still doing Hawkeye, a lot of shit was cut from that finale. A lot.
Right. But I think it's because they probably didn't realize they were going to do Echo.
There was a combination of things: COVID, the filming restrictions, timing schedules of actors. But there was supposed to be a Daredevil cameo in Hawkeye.
I remember hearing
There was
that.
supposed to be a lot more scenes between Echo and Kingpin. There was supposed to be an end credit scene with Kingpin.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's alive. If they were gonna do an end credit scene with him, then he's definitely alive.
Let me tell you about that end credits.
I mean,
Oh God!
I enjoyed
Why?
it.
Just why?
I
You
actually-
and me were on the same team about that. I was like,
So
I
cringe.
like them reminding us that an end credit scene doesn't need to be anything major.
but it should.
The director didn't even know
I don't
that
think
was
it
the
should
end
be.
credit scene.
Like once in a while, sure, but an end credit scene doesn't need to be a thing you have to have seen to understand what's coming next.
No, yeah.
And I think we've moved in that direction really heavily in recent years. So having
It's
something a little
fair, that's
lighthearted and silly,
fair.
like the shawarma scene from
Yes. Or
This
the
one
Captain
was-
America PSA scene.
Yeah, like
Way over the top.
But wait, but usually those were parts of things that had two post-credit scenes, and one of them
Yes.
gave you something.
yes, but this was a TV show.
Yeah, but still, they should give. I just remember watching it and then typing to our group chat, "There is a post-credit scene." And normally when I do something like that, I'm all like, "Yay!"
Post-credit
or
scene.
post-credit. And this time it's just like dot
Shit's
dot
wild.
dot.
That's
No.
And then the next person to see it was
Just
Joe.
they
and he
could do this
messages
all
me, and
day.
he's like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
Yeah,
That's that said,
It's not even a good musical. Like
It-
it was made by
It's very
somebody.
campy.
It was somebody trying to make fun of musicals who I don't think has seen a musical since the 90s.
Well, the person who did it was like a big musical star. The guy who sang
Doesn't
The
mean-
director didn't know they were gonna do it.
No,
The director was like, "I thought it was as weird as all of you did."
but you
they
know,
probably just filmed the entire song because they had
Oh,
to
yeah.
write
Right,
the entire
right. So
song.
they had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that I don't have a problem with.
I was waiting for them to turn to the audience and have somebody sitting there, like Yelena or somebody at least, just being like, what
just
the
like
fuck?
like Shia LaBeouf.
No.
That would have been incredible. Or he's crying.
Actual
Yeah.
cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
But yeah, it's all gonna end up in the Echo show, so whatever. I mean, I was saying this whole season, I felt like Hawkeye's really just the launching point for other shit. And that's kind
Yeah,
of
basically.
He was the most boring character in his show.
But
Wasn't me who said it
Yet
for
he
once.
did really good though.
He did really well, and I
He
mean,
dadded the shit out of her.
it was great. It was lovely.
He never really had a chance to really do anything in most of the movies. Like he
Yeah.
was really just kind of. So I'm glad he had his moment where he got to show some depth and shit, and also the reveal about his wife was cool.
I
As
think
Mockingbird, which also made Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. not canon anymore. But hey, you know.
Good. Dumbass show. Sorry.
Agent May! Melinda May was the shit. So
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was something I tried to keep up with for a season and then
yeah,
went.
I think after
nah.
season 3
Something
or 4,
I tried to
got
forget
lost.
about.
It was not. I mean, some of it, the Inhuman shit was just
You
not.
wouldn't have gotten
very
Agent Carter without it though.
I didn't watch that either.
Shh, don't tell them.
And I love.
You didn't watch Agent
Sure.
Carter?
No.
That show was actually good.
I watched like the first 10 minutes and I was like, ah.
Are we at?
Sorry.
What time is it? We gotta.
Oh yeah, we
we
are.
got time.
All right.
Spidey, we have half an hour still.
Spider-Man.
Half an hour to Boba.
Yeah, but Spider-Man, everything was fucking cool.
We were
everyone.
right.
I don't
was
know.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I just walked out with so many questions. I just like finally had to stop thinking about it because it made my brain hurt. Because I'm like, but what about this? And then you have this, and then like, it just doesn't work. You have to change your wording to this, but then that would happen. And I just finally like, nope.
Nikki, that's because you worded too many wish spells in D&D.
But here's the brilliant thing about how that was worded. Everybody on Earth forgot who Peter Parker was. You know who's not on Earth right now? Nick Fury, Captain Marvel.
So the big
Thor.
one that got me
The Guardians.
is
Guardians.
okay.
Thor.
So people forgot that Peter Parker was like they forgot Peter Parker, but everybody who had a relationship with Spider-Man should still have their memories of Spider-Man.
They
Yes.
do.
So MJ should remember that she was fucking dating Spider-Man. So all that should have to happen is Peter shows up in his Spidey suit and then takes his mask off.
But she would remember she was dating Peter Parker as well, and
So it offsets it.
I think it just kind of like
And also, I
divides
think
by zero.
I think he realized, like, when he went into that shop and he saw them and they're happy and they're going to where they want, he made that decision that he wasn't going to.
Did you notice
fuck with
she
that.
was still wearing the broken necklace he got her when they were in Europe?
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Meow.
He wants to go into our bedroom.
Meow.
Pretty sure the door is open.
Which means he wants us in the bedroom. He's like, I'm tired. Come to bed.
Doesn't even sleep in there.
I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Top 5 MCU movies.
You're
Oh,
wrong.
no.
Top 5.
No.
You're
Top 5.
You're a fanboy.
No.
I'm not a fanboy.
It
Top
was
5.
good.
It was
People
I don't
are
think it
like,
was that
I'm
good.
saying top 5. People are saying top 1.
I know, and
They
I don't
are
like
very
lots of
They're so
people.
fucking wrong.
Lots
man.
of people.
They're
It
wrong.
was-
What do you make of the theory that one of our friends had that, like, the other Earths and everyone forgot who Peter Parker was?
I don't
too?
think I agree with that.
Nah,
I
I think
don't
it's just
either.
this one.
I think the spell only...
I think it affected our Peter Parker specifically.
Yes.
Yes. That's why they were coming from the other places here.
And he
Otherwise,
wasn't
that they
going to
would
them.
also be going to those other universes,
Yeah,
looking for those other Peters.
I really am looking forward to getting a look at all the silhouettes coming through those rifts, because I'm willing to bet those are, like, some important people.
Possibly. And I think we're gonna see a lot more of that in Doctor Strange.
them fighting through parallel New York was like some of the coolest fucking visuals
Yeah.
I've seen in a while.
It was like, it almost reminded me, like, it's been so long since I watched just the regular Doctor Strange that I was like, oh man, we did a lot of this in, like, Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
And it was like, we hadn't really seen it since then, and I'm
Right.
like, I'm glad they gave us this almost as a reminder of, like, the mirror
Yeah.
dimension.
I really enjoyed Peter, like, having that moment in the mirror dimension, too, where he was like, this is geometry.
Yeah.
I can do this.
No, that was cool.
He defeats Strange there for a minute. He
And-
does.
I really do love how much of a high schooler Peter is in these movies.
Yes.
Like, even just the like
I
the way
hate it.
I know you hate it. I love it. The way Strange talks to him, where he's like, "Oh God, you're a kid. I forgot you are a literal child."
And that's why it makes sense why he's being like, so it was so shady, and we were so like, is that really him in the fucking trailers? Because they were like, will you be like that? But we're like, oh, he's talking. And we realized he's talking to a kid. I really like how he's not the Sorcerer Supreme right now.
Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme
I was
kicks my
wondering about
ass for a
that
second.
in Shang-Chi, I was like,
Mister, I'm a nope right out of here.
Yeah, it's like,
I
nah,
aspire to Wong's level of this is not
Yeah.
my fucking problem.
Yep.
I aspire to it.
Of course, now it's gonna be his fucking problem. Big
I mean,
time.
like with most leaders, when you decide that it's not your fucking problem,
It absolutely is.
it becomes your fucking problem.
That was a difference between the trailer and the actual movie.
Yeah, he didn't say don't cast that
He
spell.
didn't say don't cast that spell.
That might end up
No.
in Doctor Strange.
I say they used it in the voiceover for the
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness trailer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that pans out.
Multiverse
It
of
probably
Madness
just get-
trailer is
I am
some
hyped
shit.
for Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, if I got hyped, I would be.
Wanda is gonna make us
That's
very
that's
upset.
the litter box.
But yeah, there's a litter box back there.
Like, what
Wanda is
that?
gonna make us very upset in Multiverse of
I don't think
Madness.
she's going to wind up being a
villain?
bad guy, but I think she is going to wind up being an antagonist for the movie.
I think it is. I think the Scarlet Witch we see doing the magic in the trailer is
It's different than the one we other see. Yeah.
I think they pull Evil Strange, which cool.
Dark Strange is a
Doctor
whole vibe.
Strange.
Yes.
We have Doctor
Awesome.
Strange and Darker Strange.
Very
He
exciting.
is a vibe.
But yes, I think that is Scarlet Witch, not.
It's true, she's
Wanda.
she is messing with that fucking book. That book is a bad thing.
That's our Scarlet Witch who's doing that.
Yes.
There's an article, I think it was on IO9 or Gizmodo, one of those, where they like broke down everything from that trailer once they released it online, like 2 days later or 3 days later. And there is definitely a scene where Wanda has Wong like bound. Like he's like up in the air and like you can see around his hands is like Wanda's magic.
We don't kink shame in this house.
Oh no, it's
You
not
can
kink
also see
shaming.
that her
It's just like
fingertips-
very much like Wong is being held by Wanda.
Wong is DTF.
Her fingertips are all blackened.
Are they?
In one of the shots.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but I definitely noticed like when he's up in the air, like the thing that is holding him is like Wanda's red.
The red.
Yeah.
energy.
And then we have America Chavez all over the fucking trailer, and she is a multiverse traveling superhero. That's her whole
Who can
fucking
kick
shtick.
star-shaped interdimensional holes in things.
Yeah,
I looked
like-
that up.
It's fucking crazy the shit she can do.
And is Captain America.
Cool. Yeah, pretty much. She's just like. And there's a whole bunch of other rumored fucking things that might happen in this.
I'd be shocked if we don't get at least a cameo by Loki.
That would make sense. I heard there's gonna be.
You can't say it. If it's the one I think.
know, I
you can't say it.
I
You can't say it.
Is this what your husband told you earlier?
Yep. Yep.
Actually, this one wasn't him, right? But yeah, this one wasn't him.
It's the one I think it is.
But I heard this later, not from him, so I can't always blame him for everything. This is not his fault.
Oh.
I hear my own things.
You
too.
heard Mephisto's going to be in it.
No.
I'm still on Mephisto watch.
Mephisto confirmed.
Mephisto confirmed.
I'm gonna be on Mephisto watch till he fucking shows
The
up.
rest of your life.
I know. Everything's fucking Mephisto.
Gonna be 70 years old.
To be fair, in Hawkeye, never once suspected Mephisto.
Well, that
Let's-
would something exciting.
Mephisto
would
wouldn't
have to
show up
happen.
for Hawkeye.
For some lame-o.
Mephisto has better shit to be doing.
I mean, I kind of thought maybe when Strange broke the universe in Spider-Man, like maybe we'd see Mephisto. But that didn't happen. There's no Mephisto.
How do I word this?
Do not spoil anything.
Yeah,
I'm not spoiling anything.
No.
You can't.
I kind of want to know.
I will kick you out of my house. Then
I
you won't get to see
think
Boba
there
Boba.
was...
You can't do that. He'll watch
I
it on his
think
way
that
home.
there was a feeling among our group that it would still be some time before we saw any X-Men show up. And I'm not convinced that that's the
No,
case
I think they
anymore.
might show up there, and I think it might be Fox X-Men, and that is not what my husband's tried to spoil for
So,
me. That's just me
If
thinking.
I had to guess an X-Men to show up in that movie, my guess would probably be that it would be either Nightcrawler, just poofing dimensions. I feel
That would be
like
cool.
could happen.
That would be real cool.
Or Ilyana Rasputin because she does magic.
Okay.
And she was just in New Mutants, wasn't she?
Yes. But also,
We
Wanda's daddy.
We know who Wanda's dad is.
Wanda's daddy.
Well, her brother already got pulled through. I'm convinced.
So
You must dare to dream
bring
bigger,
it on,
darling.
Magneto-Nazi hun, please. Thank you.
I can go off on an entire tangent about Magneto. I'm not going to do that right now. I ranted about this the other day in one of my
Yeah, you did.
Hey, I'm right.
Here's what my biggest clue in
Make a
was.
PowerPoint.
Make a
And
PowerPoint.
TikTok pointed this out to me. I cannot take credit for this, but basically when they went through the logos, it had all the old logos from Marvel in it too, like the Fox era logos.
Yeah?
In the beginning of the trailer, when they went through the Marvel shit, it was Fox era Marvel. You know how they have the whole thing, and it's all the different scenes from MCU? They had some Fox shit in there, and so that's why I'm thinking, well, who did Fox have? They had Fantastic Four, they had Ghost Rider, they had...
Well, Fantastic Four were a good amount away from still.
Well, I mean, we know they're going to bring Fantastic Four.
They're the end of Phase 4.
They haven't even announced they're doing anything with mutants, but they've announced, Fantastic Four. And they've already brought in Kang, who is a descendant of the Richards.
You know I am team reverse M Day at the end of Multiverse of Madness, so
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I mean, House of M was one of my favorite comics of all time, so let's just have shit happen. I'm all about it.
I think this might be the Marvel movie I've been most excited for since Infinity War. I was real hyped for Infinity War, but this feels like it's going to be a very different Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And I'm here for that.
And I know we were supposed
Break
to
the
see
formula.
Kang again in Ant-Man, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a Kang in Doctor Strange movie.
Do you guys think they are going to kill Kang off in Ant-Man?
No.
We know he is the main villain of
I mean, it might be
Quantum
a Kang.
Mania.
It might be a Kang, but it might not
But
be. I mean, there's
I
so
feel
many
I
like-
feel like he's our Thanos for the foreseeable future,
Yes.
for lack of a better
Yeah.
term.
The
But
way
there's a
that
lot
they
of them.
set that up with Loki, where he was like, "I'll see you soon," all those different
He's our big
versions
bad.
of him. Yes.
Yes, but
We're gonna be dealing Kang with for a while.
in a way, yeah. But I think it might not. He might not be just a Thanos. I think they're not gonna just do one big bad. I think they're gonna build up to things, right? So
Yeah.
he's part of it.
Well, we know Adam
Warlock's
Adam
coming.
Warlock's in
Right.
Guardians 3 confirmed.
We
by
also
James
have
Gunn.
Secret Invasion happening. So we have shit going on with the Skrulls. And as far as we knew, the Skrulls were good guys on our side last we saw them. So why is that changing?
I'm
what
hoping it
fucking
turns
happened?
out that there are some Skrulls that were good guys.
Right.
A schism within the Skrulls.
Right. So there's a lot of moving fucking pieces. Shit on Black Panther's changing really fast.
Don't
We don't even know what's gonna fucking
don't
happen
believe
there.
that. Don't believe that.
You don't think Letitia Wright's out?
She's not out. She's not out.
We will see. And yeah, there's just a lot of moving fucking parts.
But
And
she
what?
won't get vaxxed.
She's not out. The site reporting that is not is not a believable site, unfortunately.
I think if she was really out, we would have heard more about it
Yeah,
already.
she's not out.
So we'll see. And what did we figure was the next?
They've
thing?
already done too much.
Is
to
Strange
kick her out.
really the
Strange
next
is
thing
next.
before any
May.
TV shows
May
and
6th.
everything? No TV shows
No
are coming
TV
out.
shows between then and now, I don't think.
I don't think so, which is surprising because in 2021 we
We
had
got 4.
4 movies and 5 TV shows.
Well, I think maybe it's going to
5
be all
TV
Star
shows.
Wars until Doctor Strange.
What if?
Oh, what if, yeah.
What if counts? Because it fucking kicked ass.
And is going to be at least partially
Did you
canon.
finally watch all of What If?
We haven't seen the last episode.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We had to watch Hawkeye.
I'm just excited for you to see
Yeah,
it.
no, you need
'cause
to
it's
see it.
very good.
And then we had to watch The Witcher.
Which is awesome!
We all give Witcher thumbs up.
Yeah, Witcher was good all around.
gets-
Enjoyed it.
Just too short. I want more.
Even my friend who's all about The Witcher and has read all the books and, like, beaten the game 16 times, is like, it diverged a little bit from the canon, but we wound up in the same place in the end, so I'm good with it.
Henry Cavill's a giant nerd, and he made them rewrite shit to fit the canon.
He
Well,
rocks.
there's a couple of...
Yep.
I love him.
In the books, you've seen it already, right?
What?
The Witcher?
Yeah.
In the books, Eskel doesn't die. Like, so...
I watched it at fucking 3 a.m., bro.
And is very much like Geralt's mirror.
Right.
Like, he winds up with a surprise child and everything as well.
Huh.
Who is also a princess, and actually is a princess who was born under the same conditions as Renfrey.
Oh.
From season
one.
one.
One of those fucking Eclipse things?
Yeah, one of those Eclipse babies. So, it's a whole thing. But...
They probably just had to choose what they could focus on.
They needed to kill someone who was close to Geralt.
Yeah.
And...
I thought it was legit.
Yeah.
The only complaint I have is Yennefer versus Gravity, but that's a whole nother story. That was the only... I had to pause to disbelieve for a second, so... But
We gotta go back to Spidey. We didn't
yeah.
talk nearly enough
No,
about
we
Spidey.
need more about Spidey.
Well, we also
William
like
Dafoe
10 minutes.
Was amazing!
William Dafoe
Stole the
deserves
show.
all the
It was
fucking
great.
awards.
Yeah.
What an
Oh
incredible
my god.
fucking
It was
actor.
really good.
was
You're,
so good.
Terrifyingly good. Just fucking Andrew catching MJ was just the
I
sweetest.
knew it was
that
coming.
Like,
yeah.
we called, a couple of us who knew they were all in it called that weeks before. And
Wait,
like,
there
it
were
was
people who
fucking
didn't
great.
know they were all in it?
It's fucking great. Oh, there were people in my theater who didn't know they were in it because they were shocked.
I mean, we all fucking suspected. Even if
That was fantastic. It just all was so good. It was
I
just
just
so
thought we were getting
look
the
like
6 members
Spider-Man.
first.
Like I just want to talk about the
I mean, we
overall
technically did get
plot.
Sinister
Like
That's-
Spider-Man going, okay, but what if I make them not bad guys and I save them? Is the most Spider-Man shit ever. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I liked it.
I just want to know how many people died off screen while they were rampaging through the city.
0. You would have heard J. Jonah Jameson say something about it.
That's true. That's true. That motherfucker.
I just want to hear Jameson say something about turning the frogs gay.
That might be too on the nose.
Yeah.
That was such a great update of
it
that
is-
character.
It
You
makes
don't
me
know.
so
You don't
uncomfortable.
fucking know.
It's
It makes me
perfect,
so
though.
uncomfortable that he's
Oh.
Alex Jones.
But doesn't it make sense?
Oh, absolutely. It's
Like-
great. It's like the musical. It makes me uncomfortable because of how
You
cringe
know
it
when
is.
he started
but
off
it
and he's
works.
in his fucking basement, and I'm like, oh man,
The
that's yeah.
the protein powder or whatever the ad was for. I was just like, oh my god.
Yep.
Did you see when he, like the very beginning of the movie when he's swinging with MJ, that they passed the Rogers musical sign?
Yes.
I noticed that, and then I know we talked on the pod. We had some concerns about like when it fell, and like by the end of Spider-Man, like they pretty much like made that work right into Hawkeye.
Right. Yep. And it made sense why nobody fucking knew what the fuck was going on.
There's even like Christmas music at
Right.
the end of it. Like,
Yep.
It works right into it.
What else did I notice from it? Just the scene at the end where he's fighting Goblin on the fallen shield
Yeah.
and just not pulling his punches anymore.
Oh yeah.
And I think he does like a front flip kick and puts his foot through the shield, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yes.
Because, like, I don't think at any point in the 7 Spider-Man movies we've ever seen a Peter Parker just be like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Yeah. No, and
No.
he was ready to fucking do it.
The only time I can even remember thinking of his strength in that way is when he's like sort of like half fighting Bucky and Sam. Like when they're like in Civil War when they first meet him.
Half fighting.
I mean, it's half fighting with
Yeah,
'Cause
I
he's
mean,
not
yeah.
trying to really hurt
He
them,
doesn't
though.
want to
Yeah.
hurt them, and they don't want to hurt him.
exactly, but like
also,
but like you see him stop Bucky like nothing, and it's like, oh damn,
He's
like
strong.
he's
Mhm.
insanely strong.
Tobey Maguire stopping a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, in those movies, yeah, for sure. I just meant like Tom Holland,
Okay.
Spider-Man, like as far as like how strong he is. Like I'm sure there were other instances, but yeah,
That whole fight scene on the Statue of Liberty, though, I just have to say, it made me feel like I was on the Islands of Adventure Spider-Man ride. Basically.
I've
That's
heard
like
people
I was
say that.
I didn't think about
I
that.
was just like, man, we got
That's
all
pretty
these
good.
fucking guys. They're all the fuck over the place.
My favorite shot of the entire movie is the 3 of them after they're like, okay, just go with your sense. Like, and then they start
Spidey 1,
swinging.
Spidey 2,
And
Spidey 3.
that shot of the three of them jumping and then swinging is perfect.
Yeah, no,
It
it was
is.
good. It was
It
really
is.
good. I mean, Spider-Man is not one of my favorites. I've always enjoyed it, but it's never been like, this is my guy, right? So that's why I don't think it's in like my top fucking movies. But I mean, I don't know how they could have done a better thing to Spider-Man franchise. Like, they wrapped it all up in a fucking perfect little bow.
It was really well done.
All of
It
them.
was nostalgia without being hyper fan servicey.
Yeah.
It just felt like pure.
I'm not gonna lie, Tobey Maguire coming back on screen had like the same energy as Steve from Blue's Clues coming on
Yeah,
screen.
dude. It's like Dad
Like,
Spider-Man.
It's like an old hug you've been longing for.
I mean, there was a lot of Into the Spider-Verse feels, too, for a lot of it, too.
I was hoping
Maybe the
for
Miles.
a Miles or a
Yeah.
Gwen.
I think
Yeah.
it'll happen.
It's coming.
It's just not
I think it's
yet.
coming.
I think we'll get Miles as
They didn't want to blow all their load in
Yeah,
one fucking...
We
And
knows
that's fair.
there's a Miles in this universe because his uncle is in that
I
universe.
think at the point where we get where Holland is done, we're probably getting a Miles.
Yeah, that would make sense.
We've got a while still for that.
Yeah, it'll
I
be
mean,
a
he's
bit.
got three
He's
more
got
movies
three
at
more
least.
movies,
Yeah.
And rumor
gotta go
is
to
at
college,
least 2
yo.
TV shows.
I think he's... Do you think he's going to work for fucking...
Well, he has to take the GED first.
Yeah, it's true. I think he's going to work for,
Jameson?
yeah, I think it's going to be like old school where he's...
That would be
working for
so
him.
weird if he's working for him.
He's going to take a shit... Because he feels like he's
That
probably going to have
makes
to keep him
sense.
close,
They've
though.
forgotten who
Right?
he is.
So he's gonna go back to that old school photographer, fucking Peter Parker, working for the Daily Bugle.
I will say, I was never one of those people who was mad about him being like Iron Boy, like Iron Man's like sort of like ward. Like I
got
was
a
never
little
upset
annoyed
about it.
it.
Like I know it got like to the point where it was like a lot. You know,
Yeah.
it seemed like he was very dependent on him, but like I just felt like it worked for the MCU
the
because
way
of how
they brought
important.
him in.
Yeah, how
they had to
important
do it
Iron
that
Man
way.
was to the universe. I felt like it worked fine.
And now
But now,
Speaking of Iron Boy,
here you
that's
go.
a Kang.
here you go. Now
That
he's
is
he's back to
Kang
being
watch.
this like street level hero who has to like rebuild his entire
Which means we'll
life.
see
Which
maybe
means
more-
we'll get Daredevil.
Then more Daredevil,
Yep.
exactly. All those fucking New York
And
City
also-
heroes.
Deadpool.
I was gonna say, if you don't think Deadpool is coming now, like
Team Red.
absolutely, this is the thing. Like that's the thing.
I want Deadpool to have like this realization moment that he's talking to a kid.
Man,
Like,
they're-
because he's
It's gonna
got
be
like
so hard
weirdly
for them to
sexual
deal with.
feelings for Spider-Man
I
to a certain
know.
extent. And like
how are they gonna fucking
I
do this?
want that weird moment where like he pulls off the mask at one point and realizes this is like a 17-year-old.
Except he's not anymore.
And-
He's
yeah.
gonna be an adult at that point.
I feel like he'd still
Still
have
young.
weird feelings about him even
I
at
mean, Tom Holland just looks like,
like,
a perpetual child.
That's true.
18, 19. I feel like Wade Wilson would still be a little like,
You're a little young.
now I feel icky.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how they're gonna fucking do that.
we're promised an R-rated
I know.
Deadpool
How's it
movie,
gonna,
and
yeah,
I
but is
feel
it gonna
like
be?
they're
Is it
gonna
gonna
keep
be
to
like
it.
fucking Venom, which was blipped in
Yeah,
and
let's-
blipped out?
Let's talk about the end credit scene with Venom.
Oh, poor Tom Hardy.
So we're getting Venom,
but not that Venom.
but not that Venom.
It could still be Tom Hardy.
It could. There's still things that are going to happen in Multiverse of Madness that could change things, and other shows.
that
and
end
movies.
credit scene was perfect.
The universe does not go back to normal after having reality broken.
Especially if
5
the
or 6
symbiote
times
fucking
in
has
a year.
a memory that remembers everything through the multiverse, which is what fucking happens.
So the leading
I
theory.
don't feel like that version of Venom works with the MCU, but I love Tom Hardy.
So, one of the versions of Venom in the comics is Flash.
What?
Yes, that's true. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That symbiote could go the Flash Thompson.
Then that would suck.
Wouldn't that suck?
No. Thumbs down.
No,
Yeah.
I want it. I want it now.
It
That
would be
sounds-
so
down.
weird.
That sounds super obnoxious. Give
It would
to
be
me.
so awkward. Just imagine him like, we're best friends.
Yeah. What about Ned being a magical boy?
Oh, I love Ned.
I want his transformation scene.
He's so pure.
He can still be Hobgoblin.
Someone also brought up to me the fact that, Venom has also sought out some of Peter's best friends in the past,
Yeah.
which means that Ned's on the table.
God,
for
Ned Venom would
Ned
be fucking
Venom.
wild. I hate it, but I also like it.
Nedham, if you will.
No.
Ned. Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's gotta tell them.
I
at
mean,
some
it could also
point,
end
right?
up back to
He's
being...
not
Maybe
gonna let them
not.
go about their life. He's not.
I feel like that was very much a they're better off this way.
But they're gonna get pulled back in another way. 100%.
Promised.
They're going to MIT.
MJ's gonna figure it out.
Do you know who's at
She
MIT?
promised him she'd figure it out if he didn't.
Another announced show.
Ironheart.
Yes. So.
And she goes to MIT?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and she's gonna be in the next Black Panther movie, so it all is gonna fucking tie
Is she?
together. Yes.
Interesting.
I think it's because one of the things that at the end of the last Black Panther, where they were sharing their technology and stuff, I think MIT is probably one of those places that they would have done research with.
6 minutes
Oh
from Boba
shit!
Fett.
Oh shit!
Should
gotta
we
wrap
move
this
on?
fucking
All right,
up.
Boba Fett.
Shit,
Boba Fett in 6
Boba
minutes.
Fett.
All right, Boba Fett.
We had to get all the marble out of
Who?
the way.
What do we think is gonna happen in this first episode?
Everything in the trailers is the first 15 fucking minutes of this fucking episode.
So I have no fucking idea.
It's Robert Rodriguez though, and he fucking loves revenge stories. He loves them.
Man, I want to say what I think is gonna happen, but I can't because it's mostly leaks.
Do you think the leaks are gonna fucking happen?
I think some of it is very true.
I hope it turns out that someone's eyes get gouged out while someone's looking for Puerco Peel Bill.
All right, Steve.
Desperado
Steve.
reference.
Over under. How many Weequays get killed in this episode? One
I hope
is
it's
the number.
like
Are
100.
they
Over
all
or under?
Weequays? Were they nicked out?
Oh no, yeah. We haven't seen. I think we saw one Weequay.
I saw
maybe
at
in the
least
trailer.
one Weequay.
All right, over under. How many Weequays get killed in this episode? The number's 1. You got to go over or under.
2.
Over
Taking
one.
the over?
Yeah, I'm
All
taking
right, I'm
the
taking
over.
the under. It's gonna be.
I'll go under.
No, actually, you go under. I'll take push.
You'll take push?
I'll take 1.
You're guessing one exactly.
One exact Weequay will be killed in this episode.
We watched him blow a motherfucker up with his
We'll be looking.
in the trailer.
I hope Hondo shows up in this show.
Oh god.
Hondo!
It's either this show or Kenobi.
I would rather
Like-
it be in Kenobi.
I would too.
Because I just want to hear
Cad Bane in this show.
Kenobi. Don't do that.
I would take the over on that.
Him and fucking Boba need a fucking...
I'll take the over on that.
Technically, Duros don't live that long.
I will
All right,
fight
here.
you.
Who's the
Fucking
first
Duros.
bounty hunter that's not Boba that
I
we
will
know that's going to show up?
fight.
Who is it?
Dengar.
Dengar?
Bosk.
Bosk?
IG
Dengar.
11?
Dengar.
No,
okay,
it's going to be Dengar
No,
with his
IG
toilet
if
theme.
they're keeping to anything with the EU, Dengar's the one who pulls him out of the pit.
Yeah. Rescues him with
But
his
I don't think that's what's gonna happen
toilet
here.
chip.
I feel like why not?
He
though?
wouldn't have left him there. Like he
Well,
clearly was hanging out there with the fucking Tuscans for years.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe he was a good Samaritan, pulled him out, got him
We're even.
yeah.
And then he went off to become
And then he went off to become a potato.
What the fuck?
A fucking Santarin.
I like the idea of Zero showing up.
The Hut?
Zero.
Zero's dead.
The droid. He's
Oh,
dead.
no, Zero the Hutt's
From
dead.
Mando.
I thought you meant Zero the Hut.
I think Zero. would be the
Confirmed
best.
But I
Bachelor,
thought
Zero
he
the
was,
Hutt.
he's gone though.
No.
He was in pieces in Mando's ship that exploded.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Damn it. I was trying to think outside the box. I can't say what I want to say because I've read the stuff.
I hope Kira shows up at some
Kira
point.
would be
I would love
amazing.
that.
I also have other info.
Why do you do this to
I
yourself?
don't know.
Doing
Because I have friends that work near the show
are
that
not
tell
your
me
real
things that I
friends.
can't reveal
We are
these
not
things.
your real friends if you tell these things.
There's gonna be a Clone Wars character that shows up.
One of the fucking clones.
Omega?
Why wouldn't they? Why
Not-
wouldn't one of the clones?
Not that Clone Wars.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
I think we can cut this off now.
All right.